another wild win, MAGA Wednesday in the building. It's your boy. Come on in, man. Who gonna be the first one in the chat, man? We feeling good. We feeling effervescent and fresh and shining. We shining. How shiny is we? Extra shiny, man. Extra shiny. Yeah, we shining this morning, man. How's everybody doing this morning, man? We feeling good, man. Wednesday, what a fire day. We got a fire conversation to have today, man. Fire conversation, man. I already been all over the interwebs, all over YouTube, coming through Fire Up Wednesday, dropping Trump W's all over the internet. Today is the day, baby. You see the thumbnail, you see the title, the Supreme Team. That's what it's like the MAGA Marvel. It's the MAGA Marvel universe. We calling it the Supreme Team. Yeah, man, brand new superheroes. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the Supreme Team. You know it, baby. We going in today. Trump news, giving Democrats the boo-hoo blues. Giving Democrats the boo-hoo blues. Going in today. Oh, man, it's coming out. Oh, yeah. That's coming out, man. I got my good tea, man. Good herbal effervescent. Who gonna be first in the chat? Log in, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know you gotta do it well. This is how you got to do it. You got to have your notifications on, man. You got to have your subscription. When the subscription, you hit subscribe, it's gonna be a plus sign. You hit that plus sign, it's gonna make you a member. It's gonna make you a member of the hottest podcast in the land. Same bad time, same bad channel. Trump news giving Democrats the blues every day. The most intellectual, the most charged up chat, the most informational chat on YouTube. It's the Perfect Time Podcast with the blast. Top of the mid-morning, man. That's what this is, man. The best and hottest in the business, baby. The best and the hottest in the business. Let's go. Who gonna be first in the chat so we can get this show started, going, rocking, and rolling? Let me get some tea, man. Woo! Yes, sir. Nice herbal refreshments, man. Nice herbal refreshments. Back at it like a crack at it. Automatic like a fomatic. Built from tragedy. Made for static. It's your boy. Perfect Time Podcast. Back with the blast. In and out with a dash. 2025 won't last. So we're going to get this done in a blast. First in the chat. All I could do is shred. What's up with you, man? Number one in the chat. What's up, bro? Robert Wilson, number two in the chat. Hey, Black Magic in the building. Come on in, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on. As you come in, double tap, hit the screen, double tap, like, share, subscribe. Don't just come in, man. Wipe your feet, man. You know your mama raised you right, man. This is MAGA Central, man. This is MAGA Central, MAGA every day, MAGA every day. We got so much to talk about. So I got a list of wins. It's all we do is win Wednesday. I got a list of MAGA wins. And MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. So who winning today? You win, you get a win, you get a win, you get a win. The American people, yeah, and we got some people eating some crow. Oh, what the kids do? The kids do this, right? Oh, we got some people eating some crow this morning. Did you hear about Kamala Harris' brand new book? I'm gonna play video from Mika. I'm so excited. I was reading about it this morning. Did we talk about Kamala Harris? How much have we talked about Kamala Harris on this channel? I said, who picked Joe Biden to run again? I said, who is the magical king behind the curtain of the DNC? Who was making all of these decisions? And on Wednesday, all we do Wednesday morning, we got Kamala Harris eating crow. Oh, she's eating some crow this morning. Oh, Kamala borders are. Oh, the borders are. I said it. Who said it first? I said the presidential election for 2028 started. If you're not watching this podcast, you are not politically savvy. You are not in the political conversation. You are in left field or Mars. If you are not subscribed to this podcast, you cannot tell me you are intelligently knowing about politics and geopolitics in the globe in America today. No one else is being honest. Marjorie Taylor Green was on the Young Turks. Did you see Marjorie? As I see everything we predict on this channel unfold, I want to congratulate my chat, congratulate my subscribers. We got the best subscribers and the best chat on YouTube. I said Marjorie Taylor Green, when she was standing next to those individuals on Capitol Hill talking about the files, I said the Democrats just let Marjorie Taylor Green steal their best talking point. I said the Democrats just let Marjorie Taylor Green steal their best talking point. What's up, Cloud 55? Salute to you. I said the presidential election, I said 2026 is a wash. Yesterday, I heard a businessman talking about 2026. No one is talking about 2025. 2025 is over. Texas won the 5 seats. You could basically say that was the 2026 election. When Jasmine Crockett left Texas, that was the 2026 election. 2026 election is over. The Democrats lost. We are already in the 2028 campaign for president. Marjorie Taylor Green has already thrown her hat in the ring. Today, when you have Kamala Harris releasing this book, what did Barack Obama put out? 2 books? Remember Footprints in the Sand? What do people do leading up to a presidential campaign? One of the things they do leading up to a presidential campaign is they put out a book. Kamala Harris knew she did not perform well in those interviews. Can we have a talk this morning? Pronounce her name right, at least, genius. Woo! Enthusiastic Eagle Ray in the building with an enthusiastic troll. Camila, is she black? I didn't know she was black. Is she going to be black? I'm okay if she's black. Is she black? She's black today. I didn't know she was black. I'm just saying. I didn't know she was black. Is she black? She's black today. It's okay if she wants to be black. I just want to talk to the American people that we didn't know. Did you know she was black? Enthusiastic Eagle Ray. Is she black or did she fall out of a coconut tree? Did she fall out of a coconut tree? Did she fall out of a coconut tree? Is she black? Is Barack Obama black? Is she a Democrat? What? Tell me something that you know. Give me a fact. Was she the border czar? Come on, I need to know, because you said I don't know how to say her name. Well, give me some facts. Was she the border czar? Because today, Kamala Harris said Joe Biden was selfish. Today, Kamala Harris said Joe Biden shouldn't have done that. Joe Biden had ego. Kamala Harris is eating a lot of crow, and MAGA is celebrating on another Win Wednesday. Woo! Kamala Harris is eating a lot of crow this morning. But when she had an opportunity, we've been talking about it. Joe Rogan said, come here. You could have talked about it on Joe Rogan. She said no. Well, why you want to write a book now? We wanted to know. We had, are you the border czar? We asked you, were you the border czar? You didn't have an answer. Are you the vice president? You didn't have an answer. Is Joe Biden cognitively declined? You didn't have an answer. You didn't have an answer. You didn't have an answer. Today you got an answer. And I am so happy about it. Double tap, hit the light. Hey, MAGA. Hey, MAGA. Good morning, MAGA. Good morning, MAGA. Good morning, MAGA. All we do is win. And if you came for MAGA, put your hands in the air. Let them stay there. Woo! I said, if you came for MAGA, put your hands in the air and let them stay there. The presidential election for 2028 has already started. And I'm telling you, Marjorie Taylor Green appearing on the Young Turks. After Marjorie Taylor Green steals the Democrats' best talking point, everybody in the chat, all the trolls, can we say it at the same time? Give me the files! Give me the files! Oh my God! I don't want minimum wage. I don't want to get paid. I don't want jobs. All I want is the files. Give me the files. Give me the files. That's all the Democrats had. The best talking point the Democrats had to shift the needle is the files. And what did the dumb Democrats, the dumb, what they do? They put beautiful, gorgeous Marjorie Taylor Green on the stage next to them. It wouldn't be so bad, but you don't have anybody that looks as good, that sounds as good, that is as good as Marjorie Taylor Green. She sucked up the whole screen, all of the news, all of the headlines. It wasn't even about the files. Surprise, surprise, surprise. All of the news was about Marjorie Taylor Green. Democrats, what are you doing? What are you doing, Democrats? We already in the race. It's a race, baby, and we winning. It's the supreme team. It's a race, and your Democrats are doing it again, shooting themselves in the foot. What's my thumbnail? The thumbnail says silent but deadly. MAGA is on the move. I see you, Alonzo Hall. That's my brother, the insurance capital K. Salute to you. Hey, Owen Reeves said hi. MAGA is on the move. See, the Democrats are always leading from behind. It's not my fault. You want to get mad? Get mad at the Democrats. Right now, you could call your Democratic leader and say, why did you put Marjorie Taylor Green up there with us? Why did you put Marjorie Taylor Green up there with us? Marjorie Taylor Green is a Republican, a MAGA Republican. That was not a good look. Now Marjorie Taylor Green is taking the only talking point the Democrats had. Thank you, Democrats. Can we say thank you, Democrats? Because I could see Marjorie Taylor Green matching up with a MAGA person and going for the ticket and winning the ticket. Marjorie Taylor Green, she got this side covered. She got some of the Democrat socialist issues, and then we got a MAGA Republican. Put them together. Who could beat Marjorie Taylor Green and J.D. Vance? Who could beat Marjorie Taylor Green and Ron DeSantis? This is a powerful team. Who can beat it? We're talking about 2028 politics. The Democrats put Marjorie Taylor Green next to them. They put Marjorie Taylor Green on their best talking point, the Epstein files. I want to cry. I want the files. I want the file. Well, Marjorie Taylor Green just stole your talking point. Marjorie Taylor Green can run as a Republican, and she can champion the fact that she fought for the files. She even went against Trump. Marjorie Taylor Green, Republican, went for the files, fought against Trump. But wait a minute, when she runs for president, don't you know she's going to partner up with MAGA? MAGA. All we do is win. All we do is win. Lazy bones outdoors. Hit the like button. I know they acting like the like button going to break their finger. The like button is free. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hey, Lazy Bones, did you hear about Kamala Harris eating crow? Kamala Harris got a brand new book. See, it's a lot of young people in the chat. A lot of people don't know how presidential campaigns work. My mother bought me, rest in peace, I got the book in my library, The Footprints in the Sand by Barack Obama. See, this is how Barack Obama and Oprah Winfrey captured Black America. The campaign for president didn't start in Chicago. The campaign for president started on the couch with Oprah Winfrey in the book Footprints in the Sand. Does anybody remember books are a grift? Come on, man. Does anybody remember Footprints in the Sand? This is why Barack Obama was able to say he's Black. Barack Obama's not Black, but Barack Obama with the book Footprints in the Sand, he steals from Black American identity. Barack Obama raised by white women, reared in white institutions, writes the book Footprints in the Sand, and people believe that he's Black, connected to the Black diaspora and Black Americans, and Barack Obama is as white as the driven snow. Barack Obama was as white as the driven snow, never dated a Black woman, never had a Black friend, but Footprints in the Sand was speaking to young Black boys and giving them a Black male leader who never existed. It, like my brother said, a grift. Barack Obama is peanut butter. If we're going to give him a color, I say Barack Obama is peanut butter, caramel, but he not like me. He not Black. He not Negro. He not FBA. He not ADOS, and neither is Kamala Harris. Is she Black? I didn't know she was Black. It's okay if she's Black. I don't mind, but I just didn't know. Is she Black? I didn't know she was Black. Hit the like button, double tap the screen, because the people who watched this show who didn't know Kamala Harris was Black, double tap the screen. Is she black? I didn't know she was black. It's okay if she's black. I just didn't know. Did you know? I thought she fell out of a coconut tree. Guess what else we didn't know? We didn't know who was in control of the border. We didn't know who was in control of the border. 20 million immigrants. Who was in control of the border? Do you know? Because somebody put in the chat who was the borders are. So now Kamala Harris is telling us we don't know who chose the presidential we didn't know who was running the Democratic Party. Now, I have been saying the Democratic Party doesn't have a leader. I have been saying the Democratic Party is splintered. Is that proof enough for all the trolls? Because Kamala Harris, we're going to read it today. Kamala Harris said there was a split in the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris says she didn't feel comfortable going to the Democratic leadership and saying that Joe should not run. She felt like she didn't have a voice. Kamala Harris felt like she didn't have a voice. Kamala Harris felt like she didn't have a voice. Oh my God, the Democratic Party would not give a black woman a voice. Is she black? I didn't know she was black. So wait a minute, Kamala Harris, you elevate her to vice president, but you don't give her a voice. Kamala Harris is coming out today saying in a brand new excerpt book, because she's running for president, did you not know what's going on? She's putting a book out. She's clearing the road and path for her presidential campaign. She is trying to skip these questions in upcoming interviews. Well, Kamala, tell us about the border czar. Kamala, tell us about the cognitive decline. Kamala, tell us about Joe Biden in the first debate. Why did Joe Biden take the first debate? Well, now she doesn't have to answer these questions because she's written a book. Why would she write the book? Because she's running for president in 2028. Marjorie Taylor Green on the Young Turks. Did you see Marjorie Taylor Green on the Young Turks? Laugh and cry. I want you to laugh and cry on Wednesday. This is all we do is win Wednesday. No one else is giving you just the facts. The 2028 campaign is starting. Do you know typically people start running for president 2 years before the campaign? 2026 is 2 years. You can't run for president in 2028. Does anybody understand real politics? I'm filled with trolls this morning. Double tap. I should have 100 likes. Hit the subscribe and donate to the channel. Do you realize you don't start running for president? The Democrats will start campaigning in 2026. In 2027, they go into primaries. Do you guys understand how politics works? We are already in the presidential campaign. Trump cannot run again. So when you see Marjorie Taylor Green on a Democratic left-leaning, what did Chink call himself? Chink in the 20 versus 1. He's a Democrat, but he admits that the Democratic Party is splintered. The Young Turks on their 20v1, the Young Turks refer to themselves as populist Democrats. And they say there is a difference. In today's interview with Marjorie Taylor Green on the Young Turks, they said there's a problem fundamentally in the Democratic Party because you have too many elites in the Democratic Party. This is a Democrat who is interviewing Marjorie Taylor Green, who is a Republican. Can anybody see? Do you have eyes and ears? Can you see? Do you see what I see? Can you hear what I hear? I hear the rumblings of the wind. I hear Republicans winning in 2026. I hear Republicans winning in 2028. Marjorie Taylor Green having that amount of time and respect on the Young Turks is huge, because how did they said Kamala Harris suffered because she did not get the support from Tim Dillon, from Joe Rogan, from Charlie Kirk, who keeps coming up in the audience. Why do you think Gavin Newsom created a podcast? Why do you think J.D. Vance went on Tim Dillon more than once? Why do you think President Trump went on Joe Rogan? See, Kamala Harris did not have these platforms. These platforms springboarded Trump. Do you understand what is happening right now? This is why Gavin Newsom created a podcast, because there is nobody effectively talking to Democrats, making them and giving them a reason to vote Democrat. In fact, when you read Kamala Harris excerpt, you might be upset, and you may have wondered, why did they fumble? Why did the Democrats fumble? You may support the Democrats, but you were being honest in the fact that they fumbled the campaign. What do you mean? Well, number one, they ran Biden and allowed Biden to lose the first debate. So if you are a Democrat and you were upset that Biden even ran and lost the first debate, and you understand mathematically what that did to Kamala Harris' campaign by even allowing Biden to run and lose the first debate. We never talk about the first debate. Do you understand? Because Kamala Harris lost to Trump, we never talk about the first debate. The first debate was between Biden and Trump. And the first debate, I believe, is more powerful and more pivotal because it was between the current president on current issues, and he was decimated by Trump. It's one thing to debate the vice president. The vice president is not the leader. The vice president was not chief and commander when we left Afghanistan. In that first debate, do you guys remember how bad Biden lost the first debate? Do you guys remember how embarrassed it was when we left Afghanistan? One of the things that Trump clobbered Biden with in the first debate was the debacle of leaving Afghanistan. He showed pictures, Americans clinging on the airplanes. We left troops, we left guns, we left helicopters. People died in Afghanistan. If you remember the first debate, Biden had no defense. We didn't even have to talk about the border. Biden was such a bad chief and commander. We didn't even talk about the border in the first debate. Can we have a real talk this morning? There's a lot of dishonesty that's going on in America. Biden was so bad as president, he didn't even have to go into immigration and inflation. He simply said, what happened with Afghanistan? You are commander in chief. You are commander in chief. Biden was decimated. It had nothing to do with his age. See, Kamala Harris was actually correct. Kamala Harris was actually correct. Biden should never have run, and Biden should never have taken that first debate because he was a bad president. And that is what happened, and that is why the Democrats lost. They had nothing to stand on. We didn't even have to discuss a lot of the major issues that went wrong. The fact that Biden was such a bad leader, what they could have done to the American people to reassure that Kamala Harris would be a better leader was admit that Biden was a bad leader and say that we're going a different direction. The Democrats didn't respect you. They didn't do that. They did not admit that Biden was a bad leader and that we're going a different direction. Instead, they allowed Biden to get decimated. And did they forget? Did they forget what those pictures would play the day after the debate? Those pictures ran, and that was horrible media. See, what happened was it reignited the Afghan story. So we can wait to talk about immigration when Kamala Harris stepped on the scene. But to decimate and get rid of Biden, the day after the debate, every news channel showed the debacle of Afghanistan, American troops dying, American mothers of soldiers crying. See, that's what happened in the first debate. And the Democrats could not run from that failure. Hello? The Democrats could not run from that failure. The first debate wasn't about immigration. The first debate wasn't about inflation. See, this is what's not talked about because the left-leaning social media does not be honest about how great Trump is and how Trump actually won and why Trump is actually president and why he's accomplished so much in September. They're not being honest with you. They're not being honest with you. How many of you right now in the chat is saying to yourself, I don't like him, but he's absolutely right about Biden in the first debate and Trump beating him with Afghanistan? There is no debate about this. Biden was a horrible commander in chief, and he lost that first debate because he was a bad president, not because of his cognitive ability. Can we get this straight for all the Democrats? Biden lost the first debate because he was a horrible commander in chief, not because of his cognitive ability. He did debate Trump well. The fact of the matter is he lost the debate because he was a horrible president. There's no disputing that. Now, this is giving you foundation of why Kamala Harris had nothing to run on. He had nothing, but it's not just the fact that Joe Biden had nothing to run on. It was the fact that he was a horrible commander-in-chief and he could not defend his inaction, not defend his actions, but Joe Biden couldn't defend his inaction. He could not defend American lives lost, billions of dollars left in Afghanistan. We again gave weapons to our enemies when we left Afghanistan in shambles. There was nothing to debate. Joe Biden never should have got that first debate. Kamala Harris is saying it this morning. Kamala Harris is expressing her frustration. She knew then it was not. See, this is the thing I'm saying to you. Listen, Kamala Harris was correct when she said Joe Biden's failure was not his cognitive abilities. It was the fact that he was a bad president. Number two, bad president, bad commander. When the border got out of control, he shifted blame to the vice president. The first black woman, the first female black president. The border is your responsibility, Joe Biden. The border got out of control, and there were so many things going wrong when Sleepy Joe was president. Instead of him being your leader, commander-in-chief, and securing the border, he handed off one of the most, what turned out to be the biggest, most pivotal issue in the 2024 election. Immigration, 20 million people coming here, you opening the border. Or wait a minute, maybe you didn't open the border. You wanted to blame Kamala. No one knew who was calling the shots. To this day, we don't know who. All we know is when Trump got in office, all of the weird stuff stopped. Our agents, our immigration border patrol stopped giving water to people coming here without going through the proper legal process and sent them back home. See, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris passed out bottles of water and opened the border. But we never got an honest answer on who actually opened the border. Who was responsible for saying, give them bottles of water? Who was responsible for saying, house them in hotels in New York and Chicago and pay millions of dollars? Why didn't the hotels volunteer the rooms? Why did the American taxpayer have to pay millions of dollars? We never got answers. To this day, thank God for Trump and Doge, but to this day, we don't know who said open the border. Kamala Harris is on video saying don't come. So who opened the border? If you are the president, Joe Biden, she's the border czar. But wait, she's not the border czar. She's not black. What is she? What is she? Is she black? Is she a coconut tree? Is she the border czar? Is she the vice president? Joe Biden, what happened? The American people, see, she shouldn't have to write a book. Kamala Harris shouldn't have to explain 2 years later what happened. Kamala Harris ran for president. You had an opportunity to tell the whole world what happened in the White House. You ran for president. You were the Democratic nominee, even though they didn't go to convention. I said you were the Democratic nominee. The people didn't nominate you. Hello, is this microphone on this morning? I said the American people didn't nominate you, but yet and still, magically, you became the Democratic nominee. So you were actually the Democratic nominee. You were actually the vice president. You had an opportunity. You had a bully pulpit. Joe Rogan said you could come on his show. You could have went on Joe Rogan and said what you're saying in the book 2 years later. Why didn't you tell the American people when you ran for president what was going on in the White House? Why didn't you tell the American people why they did not pick you? Tell us now, who chose you? Tell us now, who said we're not going to convention? Who said Joe Biden is not running? Who said Kamala Harris is going to be the candidate despite not being chosen? Tell us now, Kamala. Tell us now. Since you in the book, you in the mood, You in the right mood on Wednesday morning? Tell us now. This is stupid, Derek. Maybe because you don't understand. Usually when people say something like that, they lack understanding. I have a video here. We're going to go to Mika. A couple minutes. We're going to listen to Mika read the excerpts. Mika's going to read it to us what Kamala Harris said. I'm going to hit my stizzy. I'm going to hit my stizzy, izzy, dizzy. I'm going to hit my stizzy and get dizzy, you know, and I'm going to let you watch this video. Hi, Mary. Hi, Marie. Mika reading. Listen to what Kamala Harris' own words. We've had these questions, Democrats and Republicans. Let's just be honest. The Democrats and Republicans, it was a weird campaign. It was a weird campaign. Can we be honest? Democrats and Republicans, it was a weird campaign. First, Biden runs. We see Biden fall asleep. Democrats and see, no Democrats were even. Was there a Democrat that was upset that Biden didn't run? Because the Democrats saw Biden fall asleep on stage. It was a weird campaign. So we, Democrats and Republicans, Americans were worried about America. That's why overwhelmingly people voted for Trump. So Americans saw Biden fall asleep. We wondered why they picked Biden. Americans saw the first debate. We wondered why they picked Biden. Then they picked Kamala, and then we were like, okay, Kamala is better than Biden, but what is going on? This is very weird. This is not normal. Okay, we're not going to convention. Okay, this is getting weirder. Listen to what I'm saying. Americans saw Biden fall asleep. Then they picked Biden to run for president. That's odd. Democrats and Republicans alike. That's odd. We knew Trump was going to win that first debate, right? So the Democrats reassembled and they went for Kamala, but it was still odd because where in the recent future have you seen a presidential campaign or a Democratic Party operate like this? When the last time you saw the Democrats or Republicans operate like this? If you don't like me, you must admit it was a very odd circumstance and chain of events. Okay, Biden is going to run. Okay, Biden is going to debate Trump. Okay, but then Biden's not debating Trump. Biden's cognitive decline. Okay, Kamala's going to run, but we're not going to convention. Then we're going to pick Tim Walz, and no one knew what was happening. This Beyonce is going to booty shake. Like, we're going to give her billions. No one knew what was happening. Kamala's black. Even Trump got confused. How could you expect the American people to vote for you when no one knew what was going on? Kamala's black. Kamala's not the border czar. Kamala's running for president. We're not going to convention. Who made all these decisions? Well, this is why she has to write a book. And if she's not running for president, then why write the book? If Kamala Harris is not running for president right now, then why write the book? Kamala Harris is running for president in 2028. You heard it here first. Marjorie Taylor Green is running for president in 2028. You heard it here first. And I'm going to say that Kamala Harris and Marjorie Taylor Green are already campaigning. If you were asleep during this political cycle, then you just got woke up by the black guy, the black conservative. Yes, if you were asleep, the black conservative just woke you up. We are already in 2028 campaign. Marjorie Taylor Green was on the Young Turks. Marjorie Taylor Green stole the Epstein file talking point. And we have J.D. Vance, Peter Thiel on the news. Why are you hearing about Peter Thiel? Why are you hearing about Palantir? It's because J.D. Vance is going to run for 2028 and president. You didn't know who Peter Thiel was. You didn't know who was behind J.D. Vance. I told you J.D. Vance came from a single parent home. J.D. Vance is in a mixed marriage. His wife is not white. J.D. Vance grew up low income. J.D. Vance received welfare as a child. He worked his way up to be a millionaire. He wrote that book. He did that movie. He married a beautiful non-white woman. J.D. Vance is the picture of America. J.D. Vance is the picture of America. When you think about America, he's under 50 years old. When the last time we had a leader that wasn't 85? Nancy Pelosi, 85 years old, $400 million. Maxine Waters, 80 years old. Dianne Feinstein died in office. J.D. Vance He's under 50 years old. I love JD Vance. I'm tired of 80-year-old baby boomers. I think we need a law that says no more baby boomers get to be in office. I'm tired of 80-year-old mega millionaire baby boomers telling the future generation what to do when you 85 years old, Nancy Pelosi. 85 years old and a mega millionaire. You know Nancy Pelosi's going to get a huge tax break from the big beautiful bill. Did you know Nancy Pelosi is going to get a huge tax break from the big beautiful bill? You are not going to get a tax break. You are not worth $400 million. Nancy Pelosi is a mega millionaire elite Democrat. What did Chink from the Young Turk say? Chink from the Young Turk said we got too many mega millionaire Democrats. Too many mega millionaire elite Democrats who will actually get a tax break from the big beautiful bill, which is why they didn't fight the big beautiful bill. They did not fight the big beautiful bill because they're going to get tax breaks. Imagine having $400 million and on the floor, there's a way for you to keep more of your money. And you're a Democrat. Man, it had to be hard for Nancy Pelosi. Oh, man, it had to be a hard decision for Nancy Pelosi, man. Nancy Pelosi had to have a hard day that day, boy. I tell you, boy. Oh, man, I'm worth $400 million. These tax breaks in the big, beautiful bill actually benefit me greatly and will benefit my children. Oh, what do I do? Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. And what did Nancy Pelosi do? She was quiet as a mouse. How difficult was it to pass the big, beautiful bill? $1 trillion legislation. $1 trillion legislation. How difficult was it? It was so easy. Do you guys ever wonder? This is what the Young Turks were saying in their 20v1. Chink being a populist Democrat, Amanda Seals being a radical Democrat. They said the problem they're populist Democrats, radical Democrats, the reason they want to differentiate themselves from the rest of the Democratic Party because the rest of the Democratic Party represent the mega elite, the mega millionaire elite. And they wanted the big, beautiful bill. That's why it went through so easy, like butter, baby, like butter, baby. Let's take a look at Mika. Let's take a look at Mika and let's listen to what Kamala Harris wrote in her excerpt. Let's listen to what Kamala Harris, because it's going to be fire. Hot like fire. And I'm going to hit my stizzy. There go Mika. Hey, Mika.
His forthcoming new book entitled 107 Days, and in it, Harris details the challenges she faced when Biden dropped out of the race and she was suddenly tapped to run for president. In it, she writes, during all those months of growing panic, should I have told Joe to consider not running? Perhaps. It's Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that, like a mantra, as if we'd all been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been left to an individual's ego, an individual's ambition. It should have been more than a personal decision. I was well aware of my delicate status. Lore has it that every outgoing chief of staff always tells the incoming president's chief of staff, rule number one, watch the VP. I often learned that the president's staff was adding fuel to negative narratives that sprang up around me. When the stories were unfair or inaccurate, the president's inner circle seemed fine with it. Indeed, it seemed as if they decided I should be knocked down a little bit more. Their thinking was zero-sum. If she's shining, he's dimmed. None of them grasped that if I did well, he did well. That given the concerns about his age, my visible success as his vice president was vital. It would serve as a testament to his judgment in choosing me and reassurance that if something happened, the country was in good hands.
That is amazing. You guys hear that? That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Do you hear those words? I want to read to you. The thinking was zero sum. I've been saying this for weeks. It was a zero sum equation. They threw Kamala under the bus. When they said she was the border czar, and this is when it first started, when they made her the border czar, knowing that the immigration issue would be crippling in the campaign for whoever. If Kamala ran or if Biden ran, this immigration issue was going to be a crippling issue. So they threw her under the bus and made her border czar. That was the first evidence of this zero sum theory, that they never had eyes for Kamala ever to be anything more. Do you remember how quiet she was? Do you remember how quiet she was during the 4 years? They never allowed her one voice. The president's wife was more influential than the first female vice president. She was quiet in the corner. We would see her with Barack Obama. We thought it was odd that Barack Obama was still around the White House. Do you guys remember? We would see President Joe Biden on the stage making some silly remark, and off to the left, we would see Kamala Harris with Barack Obama still in the White House. It was very odd. Do you remember that day in the White House where Barack Obama and Kamala Harris left the stage and Joe Biden was left on the stage alone, looking like a lost child? Who remembers that day? I remember that day. We all thought it was very odd. Number one, that he appeared to have cognitive decline. Number two, why was Barack Obama in the White House buddied up with Kamala Harris? Let's read. Their thinking was zero sum. If she's shining, he's dimmed. Do you hear this? This is what the book is saying. Who wants to disagree with me that Kamala is running for president? This is Kamala clearing house. Hello, can you guys hear me? This is Kamala Harris clearing house. She did not do this during the campaign. I believe she did not because she could not, because Biden was still president. Do you guys hear me? I believe Kamala Harris could not clear house in the same way she's doing in this book because Biden was still president. There are people in the chat threatening me right now, right? This is why I believe Kamala was quiet, because it makes sense. It was intelligent not to go after the president. See, when we have this conversation, we're saying that Kamala Harris should have said Joe Biden this, Joe Biden that during her presidential campaign. You forget at that time, Joe Biden was still president. You forget at that time, Joe Biden was still president. See, it's very different now that Joe Biden is no longer president and that Joe Biden has been chalked up to being cognitive decline. So now she is free. She is free to clear the deck. She says there was a zero-sum game. They thought that if I was shining as vice president, that he is dimmed. None of them grasped that if I did well, he did well. Given the concern about his age, my visible success as his vice president was vital. It would serve as a testament to his judgment in choosing me and reassurance that if something happened, the country was in good hands. Do you see how she's propositioning herself? Do you see the position that she's juxtaposing and taking in 2028? She is taking a new position in 2028. Let's listen more. Let's listen further. And please stop the threats in the chat. And I'm going to ask YouTube to do a better job of getting rid of the threats in the chat. Because YouTube, I'm sure you're going to do a great job at making sure I don't say the wrong thing, right? The Black conservative has to be perfect. That's why my name is Perfect. Because as a Black conservative YouTuber, I must be perfect or YouTube will spank me. So YouTube, make sure that the trolls who are threatening me, which is illegal, which is a crime, YouTube. Make sure you do your job, YouTube, and make sure the people using criminal threats in the chat are handled correctly. Thank you very much, YouTube. Let's get back to Mika and Kamala Harris eating crow.
Well,
that is from Kamala Harris's new book.
Yeah.
But
I was just to say, so Willie or who wants to take the jump ball here? Rev, I'll go to you. So you know politics. I mean, you've run for president. A couple of things here. I can understand everybody wringing their hands saying, why didn't we step in? Why didn't we intervene? I can understand the Vice President Harris doing that. But people that know Joe Biden and Jill Biden know, speaking of jump balls, nobody was going to take that ball from their hands. They were determined. I mean, I talked to a lot of people. I knew a lot of people around the Bidens, and the further you get away from it, the further you realize that Joe Biden and Jill Biden were not going to be talked out of anything until the pressure was overwhelming. That's number one. Number two, vice presidents are treated badly by the president's staff. Ask Joe Biden. There were times he was treated absolutely horrifically by Barack Obama's staff. Just no respect. And sadly, that happened. So people that may be saying, oh, well, Kamala Harris is bitter. Nah, you know, this unfortunately is a dynamic that happens in every White House.
I mean, there's a whole show about it.
There's also just the truth.
His forthcoming new book entitled 107 Days, and in it, Harris details the challenges she faced when Joe Biden dropped out of the race and she was suddenly tapped to run for president. In it, she writes, during all those months of growing panic, should I have told Joe to consider not running? Perhaps. It's Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that, like a mantra, as if we'd all been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. The stakes were simply too high.
She admits she was reckless. She admits it was a mistake. This is powerful on this Wednesday morning, man. This is very powerful on this All You Do Is Win Wednesday morning, man. How many people hit the subscribe? How many people hit the join the chat? I didn't see nobody become a member today. I need some members. I need 100 likes 5 minutes ago. Double tap the screen to get to the like. Double tap the screen. That's how you like. Thumbs up. Double tap like. There's also 3 dots in the upper right hand corner. Pablo said he subbed. Pablo said he liked. Shout out to Pablo for subbing and liking. Roderick, why do you keep putting that? Ozzy, can you put Roderick on timeout, please? Roderick does not want to participate in the best podcast in the land. So Roderick, you go ahead and go take a little break. Not just a couple minutes, man. Get your life together, man. Get your life together, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Get your life together, man. We are having an awesome conversation this morning. Anyone that doesn't want to participate, you don't have to participate because no one else is having this level of discussion. Let's just be honest. No one else is having this level of discussion. And the reason we can have this talk so confidently is because we've laid the groundwork. We laid the groundwork over the past 2 weeks. Over the past 2 weeks, we've laid the groundwork by me discussing in nauseum what happened during the 2024 campaign. See, I've discussed this, and now today, it's like a tree. It's like a tree that you water and finally it fruits. You know, you grow the tree for several years and finally the tree flowers and the tree fruits. And today we are tasting the fruit of our harvest and it tastes so sweet. It tastes so sweet. Yes, it does, because we talked about Kamala Harris. Yeah, that's all we did is ask these very same questions, because if she had the questions, imagine how the American people felt. Imagine how the American people felt if the vice president felt this way. So to this day, we still don't know what occurred. So this is illuminating for both Democrats and Republicans. We finally are getting insight into the Biden White House and why things were mishandled so badly. It was easy for Trump to win because it was mishandled so poorly. And now the vice president gives us a doorway look into what happened and who fumbled the ball. And she puts the blame solely at the foot of the president and the first lady. Yes, she said it was Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that like a mantra, as if we have been hypnotized. That is so revealing about when MAGA has been educating you trolls on your Democratic Party, but it's almost like you're hypnotized, like you have unable to hear facts about trade, tariff, inflation, and geopolitics. And here it is where the vice president, just like the Young Turks, just like Amanda Seals, Democrats are coming up against hypnotized minds of other Democrats. The Democrats are still splintered and fractured, and they will lose because of this hypnotized, fractured mind. Can we go over it again? This is what the Young Turks was dealing with on that 20v1. Hypnotized Democrat socialists. This is what Amanda Seals was dealing with on that 20v1. Hypnotized socialist liberals who have no idea because you can't talk to them. You can't present them facts. Why is it Joe and Jill? And she said it was reckless. It was not only reckless, it was illegal and unconstitutional. We should have went to convention. You should have went to convention. You are correct. It should not have been Biden, Jill, and Joe's decision. We should have went to convention. We should have went to convention. See, do you guys understand? These are not just words. These are not just words. It was Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that like a mantra, as if we had been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? This is what you need to ask of your Democratic Party. Nancy Pelosi, 85 years old. Should she be in office? Is it grace or is it recklessness? Maxine Waters, 80,000 years old, multimillionaire. Should she be in office? Is it grace or is it recklessness to keep these type of Democratic leaders, elite millionaires in power? Because Nancy Pelosi is older than Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi is older than Joe Biden. I'm going to take another sip of tea so you can just soak this in, soak in these realities, because I know the trolls hate me. Yeah, it tastes so good. Smell it. Fresh. Woo! Nancy Pelosi is older than Joe Biden. $400 million damn dollars. Been in office 30, 40, 50 years. And you worried about Trump in the third campaign. You're worried about the wrong thing. Is it grace or reckless to have such lead? You know, she was the head of the Democratic Party. Wasn't she the chair? Wasn't Nancy Pelosi at 83 years old head during the pandemic? Who was the head of the Democratic Party? Nancy Pelosi. It was only a couple years ago. That means at 80-something years old. At 80-something years old, not only was she still in office, but she led the Democratic Party. During President Joe Biden's administration, who was the head of the Democratic Party? Was it Nancy, 85 years old, $400 million Pelosi? I think it was. I think it was. I need you to tell me in the chat. Tell me, is that grace? Is it grace keeping us with 85-year-old leadership, or are we being reckless as citizens? Do you notice how that question is not a partisan question? This is why Marjorie Taylor Green is on the Young Turks, because we've gotten to a place in America. You see my white brothers in the chat? We got to a place in America where we're getting beyond partisan, we're getting beyond race and gender. These are my white brothers from another mother in the chat. This question is not partisan. This question is not racial. This question is for all Americans who care and love America. Is it grace or being reckless? She's asking it as a Democrat vice president. I'm asking it as a MAGA Trump supporter. Is it grace or reckless? Because you cannot, Kamala, ask that just of Biden because Nancy Pelosi is older than Biden. Do you hear what I'm saying to my chat? You cannot just say that to Biden because Nancy Pelosi is older than Biden. So the same question and the same metrics apply to Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic elite who is old. Is it grace? That's why we keep voting for Nancy Pelosi. That's why we keep voting for Maxine Waters. I challenge the Democrats who continue to run 85-year-old multimillionaire elites. I challenge them, just like Kamala, I challenge you and say you are being reckless. I challenge you this morning and I say you are being reckless. Kamala Harris just admitted that the decision to go forward with Biden was reckless. You guys want to hear it again? I do. I'm having a great day. Do you understand I love days like this? Days filled with receipts. On a Wednesday, we win on a Wednesday. On YouTube, do you know how you win on YouTube? Receipts. These are Kamala Harris' own words. It's one thing to be the black guy yelling at the cell phone. You know, I get it. You might find me obnoxious. It's one thing to be the black guy yelling at the cell phone. It's another thing to be a politically savvy conservative with receipts on an all we do is win Wednesday. It's compelling. It's extremely compelling. It's another thing when you come with receipts. And then it's compounded by the fact that you've done your homework. You've done your homework. See, you laid the groundwork for this conversation. Your audience understands that you understand this conversation. We've discussed it. We've asked these questions. Now we see a confirmation. Ozzy, Lazy Bones, give yourself a pat on the back for joining this channel, for being supporters of this channel. Today, we get confirmation of what MAGA always knew. See, they thought we were upset. They thought we were toxically masculine. They thought we were racially biased. Now we get confirmation. You saw it. They saw it, Ozzy. They saw it, Lazy Bones. They saw the confusion. They saw the disarray. We heard borders are. We heard denial of borders are. We heard coconut tree. We heard black woman. They said we didn't hear it. But we heard it. And then we asked the question, what was going on? How could you expect to win? We don't even know what's going on. Now we come to find out they didn't know what was going on. And she admits, listen, it was reckless. It was reckless. Let's listen again.
As if we'd all been hypnotized.
Hypnotized. I've been saying the Democratic Party is hypnotized. The Young Turks ran into that. The Young Turks are Democrats. The Young Turks are Democrats. Amanda Seals is a Democrat. How many intellectual people knew what they were watching? Do you guys, that is also foundation for today's conversation. How many people, because see, I think I'm the only one discussing this 20v1. How many people understood what they were watching? Did you know you were watching a debate between Democrats versus Democrats? This is very important. And why would they do multiple debates showing the splinters and fractures, fissures within the Democratic Party? Not just one debate, but two debates, Democrat versus Democrat. And then two highly intelligent Democrats, extremely frustrated with the base of the Democratic Party being hypnotized. The Young Turks left that 20v1 frustrated. Amanda Seals left that 20v1 as a frustrated Democrat because they were hoping that what I say is not true. Hey, Ozzy, Lance, Bruce Wayne the Gray, Lazy, they were hoping they hope Charlie Kirk is an idiot. Do you understand? Amanda Seals and the Young Turks, they want me to be an idiot. They want me to not be honest. They want the things we're saying not to be true. But here you go, 20v1, and you get the brain that I talk about every day. 20v1, and they don't get it. You're trying to tell them I'm a Democrat too. I remember he's telling them, I'm a Democrat. You're a Democrat. Let me educate you. They would not listen. They were hypnotized. Kamala Harris admitted it was Joe and Jill's decision. We all said it like a mantra as if we have been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. Are you hearing the words of your vice president, the black vice president, the black female vice? Are you hearing the words? I'm hearing the words, but are you too hypnotized? Every day we got trolls in the chat. Every day, now you understand what we're dealing with in America. Burning up Teslas, protesting, throwing bricks, looting. They're looting, blowing up Teslas, throwing bricks, violent protests. No Republicans are burning up anything. No Republicans are burning up anything. No Republicans are protesting and throwing bricks. Democrats, no one has talked about the psyche, the mental health crisis. No one's talked about, finally, they're admitting that something is wrong with these people mentally. And it's been obvious. Some people, the Democrats, what's so crazy? Our RFK, Red 40. Everybody know Red 40 is bad. You know how sick the Democrats with this hypnotized mental illness. All of a sudden, Red 40 is not that bad. It's sick. It's sick. And I mean sick, like ill, mentally ill. Red 40 is not bad. Simply because Trump and RFK get rid of Red 40. Red 40 is not bad. Give me my Red 40. We're living in idiocracy. How many people have seen it? I saw it. RFK, he's doing things to make us healthier. Get rid of fake things, bad things. Just 5 minutes. Trump only been in office 5 months. We had Hotep. We had veganism explode. Like, we know the food is bad. We know the food. All of a sudden, nothing's wrong with the food. Nothing's wrong with the food. Nothing's wrong with the food. That's how much you hate art. This is what I mean by RFK. This is what I mean by hypnotized mind. We all know our Red 40 leads to ADHD, kids not being able to sit down in class. We know that about Red 40. RFK gets rid of Red 40. I see Democrats and Democrat trolls making memes talking about give me my Red 40. And people think it's a joke. I today thank you, Kamala Harris, because it's not a joke. Now we understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a hypnotized mind. So delusional that they ran a cognitively declining man for president. Can we have a real talk this morning? Did you hear what I just said? I said it's coming from a hypnotized mind. So delusional that they believed that they could run a mentally ill, cognitively declining elderly man for president. That's how deluded their mind is. When we say hypnotized, she's admitting it. It's not just me saying this. I can't say this. I'm a black conservative. I have to have proof. I have to have receipts. That's how hypnotized the Democrats were. And they wanted you to drink the Kool-Aid. They wanted Barack Obama said, I'm not your mama black. Your mama black. They wanted me to drink that Kool-Aid. They wanted me to be hypnotized. Can we be honest? Can I get some love? Can I get some love? This is what they did to black men. I'm not allowed to be Republican. Do you understand? Hit the like. I need 100 likes. I'm not allowed to be conservative. I'm not allowed to be MAGA. And finally this morning, I'm free. Finally, I'm free. I'm free. See, they wanted me hypnotized. I've been telling you this. You said I'm black, your mama black, and you said I had to think a certain way because I'm black and because my mama black, and I kept telling you, no, I am not hypnotized. Woo! That's all I've been saying. That's all we've been saying. That's all black man been saying. Hail Kamala, hail Kamala, hail Kamala and Kamala. That's all we've been saying. That's all we've been saying. I'm not part of the hypnotized mind, baby. I voted for Trump. I voted for MAGA. I voted conservative. I was not dismayed. I was not swayed by the Yo Mama blacks. I was not drinking the Kool-Aid. They did not mentally mind suck me on Star Trek Day. Woo! I don't passionately, this is the thing about the Democrats. I said, just like Kamala Harris said, we moved beyond partisan. That was the 20v1. That's Young Turks, Democrat versus Democrat. You are late. I'm sorry you're so young and so dumb, but you're late. You're late to the party. 20v1. This is today's politics. The next candidate may have to do a 20v1. We already know the next candidate has to go on a podcast. The next presidential candidate has to do a podcast. You still keep being an idiot in the chat, you might see a presidential candidate do a 20v1. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to have a presidential candidate do a 20v1? You are late. You are asleep. You are hypnotized. You are late to the game. 2 20v1s, Democrat versus 20 Democrat. You are late. We have fractured, splintered MAGA. MAGA has fractured and splintered the Democratic Party. You have populist Democrats, Republican Democrats, elite Democrats, and baseline party Democrats. You have a fractured party. You saw it with the 20v1. You are late. You are late and you are asleep. You are hypnotized. I asked a question that is beyond partisan, beyond race, beyond gender. Kamala Harris asked a question. I just reiterated it. Was it grace or was it reckless? Can you answer a question devoid of race? I don't think the Democrats can do it. I don't think the Democrats can take race out of the equation because they need race. Just like in Chicago, they need black people to kill black people. Kamala Harris is asking a question. I'm asking you the same question. Was it grace? Nancy Pelosi is older than Joe Biden. Do you believe she should stay in office? The question this morning is not partisan. It goes to the root and the crux of why Kamala felt like they were wrong and it shouldn't have been his decision. I'm asking you as the people, we are the people. Is it grace keeping that 85-year-old woman in office, or is it recklessness? Kamala Harris said in hindsight, Kamala Harris says in retrospect, I think it was recklessness because it's Nancy Pelosi's ego keeping her in office. It's Maxine Waters' ego, and it's not the best decision for the overall American people. This is your words of your president. This is the words of your leader. You want to get mad and troll like, I'm not writing the book. I'm not running for president. These are the words of your leader who's running for president. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. Now, I want to talk about the Supreme Team. I want to talk about the Supreme Team because I see the numbers. It's getting hot. I cut the air conditioner on. I promise y'all. I cut the air conditioner on. Get out. You do this to me. Get up. Get up. Why are you doing this to me? I cut the air conditioner on. I promise. Cut the air conditioner on. It don't matter. I think it's a Democrat. It's a Democrat living in my air conditioner. It's a little devil Democrat. The Blue Devils. It's the Blue Devils because I put the air on. Today is cold. It look like it's about to rain. Don't matter. It's still 1,000 degrees in this studio. It's the lights. It's the studio light. All of the lights. All of the lights. All of the lights. Bam, bam, bam. All of the lights. All of the lights. How many people miss Kanye West? Man, I miss Kanye, man. Kanye, come back, man. We miss you, man. We need that soul. We need that good soul music, man. Kanye, we miss you, man. We miss you. We love you, Kanye. Come on back home, man. I know you think we don't love you, man. Come on back home, man. Everybody not part of this cancel culture. Everybody don't hate everybody. Certain people, in this recent day and age, it's been so easy just to say, and it's like, I'm so glad I'm not young like you young people, because they put a badge on somebody. Like they were threatening me in the chat. And they say, oh, Kanye West is canceled or Kanye West is bad. And if you say you like Kanye West, if you say you like R. Kelly, then immediately certain people, the way the young people are, it's a very gang, like a thuggish type of mentality. I don't even think they understand that they're applying a very thuggery type of mentality to American interaction, which was never part of like how Americans interacted. This like thug nature, like this thug nature that if Drake is canceled in your eyes, if I listen to Drake, then they even condone violence or not, disassociation. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, oh, you like Drake, oh, you like R. Kelly, oh, you like Kanye West, then it gives me permission to mistreat you. It gives me permission to alienate you. It gives me permission to break the law, right? It's the most sick and perverted nature that we've allowed to become pervasive amongst young people. This whole cancel culture, I don't think we talk about it enough about why it's so sick. It's not just the fact, it's one thing to not like something or someone, but it's the way that the Democrats have, it's the same thing going on in Chicago. It's when the Democrats say that if you don't like something, you can burn up the Tesla, right? If we cancel Elon Musk, they tried to murder Trump 3 times. We never talk about the real essence of cancel culture. They tried to murder Trump 3. He actually was shot. Somebody died that day. When you troll in the chat, see, somebody said, you better be careful I saw that. That's why I called out YouTube. That's why I said YouTube, as a black conservative, you will make sure I am correct. Then you cannot allow criminal threats in my chat, because look at Luigi, look at the Democrats. They make true on their threats. There's a young lady on the train, a Ukraine young lady got murdered. A Ukraine young lady got murdered. Look what about big balls. Democrats get in their mind. The Democrats get in their mind. He's a black conservative. He's trading on his people. Let's hurt him. Not let's debate him. Not, I have a political perspective. It's Republican. It's not Martian. I'm not going to vote for Mars in the presidential election. I'm going to vote for one of the two parties that are both American. It's the oddest, sickest thing that we live in this America that we live in, because they treat people as if I'm going to vote for a Martian. Like the National Guard is Blackwater. The National Guard is the Taliban. I'm not voting for the Taliban. The National Guard is not Taliban. I am simply Republican. My fellow Americans should not want to kill, hurt, rob, maim, or cancel me. You understand? It's not American. This is the BLM Marxist training. When they said we're trained Marxists, they brought in violence against people they disagree with. We have a two-party system because it's designed to disagree, because we don't want a monolith, because that is a monarchy, a monarchy. Oh my God, all the Democrats are so stupid. Well, why are they so stupid? The Democrats want it one way. But if there's only one way, one school of thought, then we live in a monarchy. That's not what the framers designed, that it's we the people, and the people have a difference of opinion, and we don't have one way of thinking. We have a multitude of thinking, because we're a country of immigrants, different cultures, different religions, different races, different genders. Imagine only having one ideology, democratic, liberal, Marxist, socialist ideology. And if you don't agree with it, we burn your car. What? I thought we were in America. If you don't agree with it, we burn your car. Huh? Yeah. I'm a democratically trained Marxist. What does that mean? It means if you don't agree with me politically, I'm going to hurt you and call you an idiot. That doesn't make sense. That's not intellect. Are you okay? It seems like you've been brainwashed. Kamala Harris just said, like we had been hypnotized. Like we had, Elon Musk, fuck Tesla, burn up a Tesla, Elon Musk, you just love you. Do you know how many people have Tesla? There's a new sticker. There's so many people. It's the same thing like people loved Trump before he became president. The Democrats are so stupid. The Apprentice was the #1 show for 11 years. People loved Elon Musk before you saw him next to Trump. How do I know that? Because of all the Teslas you bought. Hello? You bought Teslas. You made him rich. Everyone has a Tesla. And then all of a sudden, they told you to hate Tesla. So now, but you still already bought one. And you don't burn up your Tesla because the Democrats are pathological socialists. They don't burn up their Tesla. So after the Democrats protested and burnt up Teslas, you know what I see? I see Democrats who have drank the Kool-Aid, have the hypnotized mind that Kamala Harris described with the sticker. They think that absolves them, just like a Black Lives Matter. Who remember all those white liberals? Who remember all those white liberals with Black Lives Matter posters in their windows? Never hired a black person, don't want to live next to a black person, never voted for a black person, can't quote you one black issue, but they got a Black Lives Matter poster in their house for 2 years. Locked away in their house. They never come out the house. They don't want to interact with anybody of color, but they put Black Lives Matter poster in their house. all my moderators must be chilling right now, because I tell you, when the trolls come out, man, it must be another Ozzy. But I got a couple moderators, man. But I know y'all be busy. But it's like around 1 o'clock. Let's go through this. Let's go through this Supreme Team real quick. Let's go through this Supreme Team. Major Supreme Court decision, September 2025. Today's show is called the Supreme Team because another SCOTUS victory. I know the Teslas then went down a lot. Let me see if I could give Lazy Bones. Lazy Bones is now a standard moderator. All right. All right, now I got my brother Lazy Bones, standard moderator on the channel, man. Because troll, I know Ozzy can't do it all. Ozzy got the wrench of destruction. Trolls beware. Lazy Bones got the wrench of destruction. In the building, man. In the building, man. Had to give my brother the wrench of destruction. That's what's up. Shout out to my brother from another mother, man. You know, we ain't supposed to love each other. If people be surprised, man, did you go to high school in America? It's like, I hate the racism, man. It's like, did you go to high school in America? My best friend in high school was not black. That's just true of everybody. My best friend was white. I mean, my wife is not black, not because I don't like black people. It's because I went to school in America. Hello, I went to high school in America. It was a melting pot. It was some of everybody. And the people you gravitate to are not based on color. It's based on Ninja Turtles. It's based on G.I. Joes. It's based on Transformers. So me and Lazy Bones may have been best friends despite having different color skin because we like Transformers. So if you went to high school in America, a lot of the racist shit is crazy to me. Because it's like, didn't you go to high school in America? I remember going to high school. We all loved each other. We were all friends. We all dated. Race was not important. What kind of shoes you had on, what kind of cartoons you like, who's your favorite sports team, that might be your best friend. If you grew up in a house where your dad was abusive, my dad was a little bit rough on me, your best friend, because a lot of white kids, I came from a hyperly masculine father. So I would gravitate to other kids who had hyperly masculine fathers. A lot of white kids, white males, have fathers like my father, John Wayne, hyperly masculine. So we related to each other because my dad didn't take no crap. They dad didn't take no crap. We had a bond. We had this tough father. And it was not easy being a son with a tough father. But he wanted to make us be able to survive in America. Young white boy, young black boy. Now, the white father, you would think it's so magically easy to be white. Why was he tough on his son? The black father, some of you believe in black privilege. Why was he tough on his son? See? I tell you, boy, best friends, man. My best friend. And I remember it was about how we lived at home, how the stories we shared with each other about our upbringing, and how we had to accept that even though it was tough with these tough dads, we knew we were different than other kids because our fathers had gave us lessons. They were hard lessons. We got some tough lessons, but we were able to see in real time the difference between a kid who had a dad like ours and kids who did not have a dad at all. So it was very quick and easy to understand. I cannot hate my father. I cannot blame my father because I live in a world where kids don't have a father. So I gotta accept and be a man. I gotta accept this ass kicking. How many people realize I gotta accept this ass kicking? And when I lost my father, I learned you gotta be grateful. Every woman I ever met, you gotta be grateful. My wife told, be grateful that your father kicked your ass because you would not be my husband. Other men I dated did not make it because they did not have a father who put a foot in their behind. See, at one time, it was hard to appreciate that strict father. It turned, the tables turned to where I was thankful. Thank you, Dad, for being there. You didn't have to be there. And thank you for being strict, for putting in the effort and the time and caring to put a foot. You want to worry about black and white. MAGA, Project 2025. Why are you MAGA? Why is this black guy saying these things? I believe in fathers and family. I read because I had a strict father. I had encyclopedias. Before the internet, he would say, go get an encyclopedia, go look that word up. So I know Project 2020. I'm not against Project 2025. I want fathers in families. I want Christian conservative values. I was raised Christian Southern Baptist. I know what a good strict father can do in a home. We want fathers and families back. You know how proud we were when Trump took away Title IX, when Trump said no more trans, when Trump started putting emphasis on our boys. So fathers, we can be strict fathers again, and we can get good stock, good American men, not the kind of American boys running around Chicago, not the kind of American boys from single parent homes running around the Capitol Mall doing carjacking, beating up big boss. See, my father would have put a royal foot in my behind. See, Trump is empowering the strict father. God forbid we got fathers out there yanking boys and raising men. That's what I want. I don't want Title IX. I don't want Title IX. I don't want transgender sports. I don't even care. It ain't enough of the trans. I don't want women playing over here. And boy, I don't care about none of that. I want my son to feel comfortable in higher education. Some of you don't even know what Title IX did to colleges and young white boys not feeling comfortable. Young white boys feeling like they didn't have a place in higher education because all of a sudden when Trump became president, the young white male became the enemy. When Black Lives Matter started to protest, the young white male became the enemy. The young white male cannot get promoted. The young white male doesn't need a master's degree. The young white male gets an F. The young white male doesn't deserve higher education. That's why we voted for Trump. That's why we voted for Trump. I don't want no American male, purple, green, or blue. I don't want no American young boy feeling unwelcome anymore. Thank you, Trump. I don't want no American boy feeling unwelcome in the bathroom, on the basketball team, in the college professor, in the dorm room. Can we have a talk this morning? Can we have a real talk this morning? Can we get some young black and white and Latino boys in college? Can we protect them? Can we cultivate them? Do we care? Because we care if women have a degree. We care if women get degrees. We care if women get higher education. Do you guys even know why we voted for Trump? There are a lot of fathers Do you know there are a lot of mothers who want their sons to have a chance? You don't even know why we voted for Trump. You think it was racial. I'm black, so why did I vote for Trump? You think it's about race? Let the Democrats get back in power. Watch they bring back Title IX. Watch your son don't feel comfortable to go to college. You better stay vigilant. You better stay vigilant. The Democrats, just like Biden, put us right back in the Paris Climate Accords. Trump said to NATO, we will leave NATO if you don't pay your fair share. Trump said we will leave NATO if you don't pay your fair share. Just like with the trade deficit, just like with the tariffs. We will leave NATO if you don't pay your fair share. As soon as Biden got back in office, he put us right back in the Paris Climate Accords, even though China and our competitors don't have to adhere to those Paris Climate Accords, and then American companies suffer because they got to compete against people who are not in the China Paris Climate Accords. And nobody in America understood. No one in America is Biden. You're not listening. Asking stupid questions in the chat. Why did you vote for Trump? Do you know about the Paris Climate Accords? Do you know what that did to American business? When Joe Biden put us right back in, even though some American companies' biggest competitors were not going to be made to adhere to those regulations, put them out of business. Put them out of business, Biden. Put them out of business. If you don't stay vigilant, for 2028, same shit. Democrats put you right back in the Paris Climate Accords. Democrats put you right back into NATO, put you right back into World War III, put you right back into Title IX, put you right back into toxic masculinity, put you right back into a trick bag, put your son right back into a trick bag, put your son right back, white, black, purple, and brown, not just black boys. Not just black boys, all boys. Let them Democrats get power again. Let them Democrats get power again. Put your boy in a trick bag, tampons in his bathroom. There will be issues that he will have to deal with and get in trouble that did not need to exist. Trump took it all away. Let the Democrats get back in power. Let the Democrats get back in power. Put your son in a trick bag. White son, black son, Latino son. I don't want to go to college. Sir, I wouldn't want to go to college either. I wouldn't want to go to college either. You can't date. You can't walk through campus. You can't go to the bathroom. I wouldn't want to go to college either. You're a professor. Your white, female, socialist, liberal professor hates you. I wouldn't want to go to college either. I wouldn't want to go to college either. Yeah, lazy, go get your HVAC. We talked about the HVAC. Go to trade school. Blue collar job, boom. Right now, high pay. We short on carpenters. Don't nobody know how to work with wood anymore. We short on electricians. We short on plumbers. You know how much you make now because we don't have enough electricians and plumbers? And it's not easy. It's high skilled labor. So that means you still have to be intelligent, but you get to be outside. Because I know you guys are intelligent and you want to have a job where you get to use your brain. Well, just because it's blue collar doesn't mean it's not high skill. Just because it's blue collar doesn't mean it's not high skill. Let's talk to him, lazy bones. Just because it's blue collar doesn't mean it's not high skill. And you don't have to date her. If she don't want to date a plumber, you don't have to date her. If she don't want to date an electrician, you don't have to date her. Let her go date a thug. Let her go date a rapper. There is a good American woman out there to be a wife to you. You don't have to date her. I know they don't want to date an electrician. I know they don't want to date a plumber. I know you don't got to date her. You don't have to date her. God is good. Tell them, lazy bones, you ain't got to date her. God is good. Oh, you don't know how good God is. You don't got to date her. No, man. God got a blessing for you. What you thought? See, they lie, go to college, go do this, go do that. No, man. I know she don't want to date a plumber. I know she don't want to date an electrician. She don't want to date a bus driver. I don't want to date. Remember that? I'm not dating a bus driver. I'm not dating a bus driver. Don't date her. Don't give her a second look. Go to the gym, read your book, do your prayers. Go to the gym, read your book, do your prayers. And don't give her a second chance. She gonna be back. I changed my mind. It ain't so bad. Can you put your shoes outside when you come home? And if you don't come home with the clothes on, maybe it'll work. No, thank you. Because I want a wife that's going to undress me. I want a wife that appreciates the hard work. I want a wife that's going to take off my boots. Not that's going to put me outside like the dog and make me get undressed outside like a dog. I want a wife that appreciates my sacrifice. Woo! See, the Democrats, it's a Democratic ideology. Put you outside, make you change your clothes outside. That's what the Democrats want to say to black men. The Democrats, why do you think we left the Democratic Party? Black men come in and vote Democrat, but take your shoes off first. Take them clothes off first. We don't want to smell that blackness. There was no room for us in that tent. MAGA said it's a big tent. MAGA said it's a big tent. Come on in, black men. Come as you are. All you got to be is American. All you got to do is love America. It's a big tent. Man, we had a good show today, man. We had a good show today, man. Fire show today, man. I don't know what be happening toward the end of the show. Man. Today's show, the Supreme Team, because of these victories that came up today. Yesterday, it's all we do is win Wednesday, so we got the receipts. And major court victories we got for Trump. And it's really it's amazing, man. These comments are sad. So it says, Los Angeles immigration sweeps. On September 8th, Trump and MAGA won in court a 6-3 decision, lifted lower court's injunction that had blocked Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE, conducting immigration sweeps in LA. We talked about that. Another major win for MAGA and the American people. It's not just a win for MAGA, it's a win for the American people. Withholding foreign aid. So this morning, what came out is that another 6-3 ruling, September 9th, the court declared a way for Trump administration to withhold $5 billion. Ain't this why we voted MAGA? Because we want the money to stay home. This is why we got rid of USAID. This is why we got rid of the Department of Education. And today, the SCOTUS, Trump won again. So today, Trump won that he don't have to spend the $5 billion in foreign aid that had been previously appropriated by Congress. This decision involved a stay in the lower court ruling that had froze the funds. Another win. How many wins? I got a list. I told you I had a list of wins. FTC commissioner firing. The court also granted Trump administration request to temporarily allow the firing of Federal Trade Commissioner, FTC Commissioner Rebecca Slaughter. The decision, which came through the shadow docket without a full explanation, allowed the dismissal to stand while the court considers whether formally overturn lower court ruling deem the firing unlawful. All we do is win Trump tariff cases. So that's it right there. The numbers keep going down. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the show. Y'all can still like the show after the show. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your love and support. We do Monday through Wednesday. But Lazy Bones, specifically, why are they sad, B? And how much does Baltimore spend per student? Please don't get me started on the ED. Thank you, brother. That's why you got a wrench. That's why you got a wrench, man. That's why he's a member, subscriber, and now you got a wrench. Man, thank you. I just want to say thank you. Thank God, man. God bless you guys, man. Great show. I don't even know. I mean, I could not. I mean, think about it, man. It's like people at home like, did you call Kamala Harris? What a great show. Did you call Kamala Harris? So check this out. Today, we talked about Kamala Harris the whole time. We didn't really get to the Supreme Court. So we might have to come back and talk about Kamala Harris again. I think they're going to have more excerpts for this book. We're going to go more into 2028. We're going to go more into the Young Turks, the splintered, fractured Democratic Party. We're going to go more into Marjorie Taylor Green. We're going to go more into Kamala and Marjorie, both already running for president. Yeah, man, we're going to have a talk. We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot because I am ahead of the curve. I get it. I'm already ahead of the curve. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm 50 and I'm old and I've seen so many presidential cycles, but it's so obvious, Lazy Bones. Is it obvious? It's so obvious that Marjorie Taylor Green is running for president right now. When I read this book excerpt, I saw Barack Obama with the footprints in the sand. It's so obvious what's happening. We are in the middle of a presidential election already. It's exciting. And it's exciting to be at the forefront. It's exciting to be ahead of the curve, right? And that's why it's so exciting for you all to be here. Like, share, and subscribe. Because as you watch the weeks go forward, you will see everybody else catch up. And they will point to these inflection points that we and you discussed already. Hey, this is when Marjorie Taylor Green really threw her hat in the ring. Hey, this is when Kamala Harris really threw her hat in the ring. We already there. We are already there. We are watching it in real time. We are watching it. People report the news after it happens. Here on social and YouTube with independent media, we watch in real time. You are because of my intellect, because of how quickly I can get to you, because of social media, you get to watch in real time. So it's because Trump can't run his chess 3 moves ahead. It's got to be 3 moves ahead. Got to be 3 moves ahead. I saw when Peter Thiel, Palantir, when you start hearing about things that you are not supposed to know and they start leaking out information and they are giving you knowledge, why are they empowering you with knowledge? Why is Kamala leaking out this information that they've always had? I just love talking to you and giving you real facts. Why would Kamala give this information now that she already has? She's admitting it was already there. It's because they're preparing you for something. Kamala had this information the whole time. Why is she writing about it now in 2026? The book is not out. The book is not out. I told you, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, I follow billionaires, I follow stocks. They're already in 2026. My channel was growing. I was thinking to myself the other day, when my channel gets to the point where I'm doing interviews, I could imagine people like Joe Rogan already have people lined up for interviews in 2026. If you have a small business, you're already looking at the 4th quarter and what your 2026 is going to look like. And you can't prepare for the 4th quarter of 2025 in the 4th quarter. It's the 3rd quarter now. If you have a company, you're getting prepared for Christmas. Some people would argue you're supposed to be already ready because you may not get what you need shipped to you because shipping starts getting fucked up after August. So you may not have what you need to have a robust Christmas season because that is Black Friday at the end of November, not the end of December. You need to have goods at the end of November if you want to make money in the 4th quarter. This is why I'm saying we're already in 2026. We're already in 2026. If you think about it, it's September. You realize how shipping and logistics work. and you need a bunch of goods by the end of November, you really don't have that much time to get prepared. If you're running for president in 2028 and you have to order signs and shirts and raise money, you have to start now. You have to start raising the money now. You have to start. It takes that much time. Remember when Trump came down the escalator? Why am I the only one with this intelligence and this knowledge and the numbers keep going down? Do you remember when Trump came down the escalator? How many years before he ran? How long was he running against Barack Obama? Remember, he came out with the fake birth certificate. Trump came out with the fake birth certificate. Trump was running for president 2 years before he announced running for president. Did you guys realize when he came out with the birth certificate, he was running for president? That was part of his presidential campaign. Did you guys realize that? That's what's happening now with Kamala. That's what's happening now with Marjorie Taylor Green. We're ahead of the curve. Thank you for watching. See you guys. Hey, check this out. This is what I'm gonna do tomorrow for everybody here. Hit the because there's only a few diehards here right now. Everybody here, hit the notification bell. Tomorrow, we're not doing the vertical live. Tomorrow, we're gonna be in the studio with the microphone. Tomorrow, we're going to be in the studio with the microphone, with the headphones, and we're going to be putting video up on the screen so we can react. I might put a link. Depends if we get a lot of people watching. If I get me over 100 people and we get some likes, we get some donations, I'll put the link and I'll bring up members and I'll bring up members only. You feel me? I'm going to do a live stream in the studio on StreamYard tomorrow. Lazy Bones, tell everybody to show up. Bruce, everybody, all the members show up, because if we get a fire group, then I'm going to put the link out and I'm going to bring up the members so y'all can say what's up and we can have a conversation. And I think the audience would love that. I think the audience would love that. Everybody love Lazy Bones. Everybody love Ozzy. Everybody love the members. So we're going to do different formats. We're going to start doing a different format. We're going to keep the vertical Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to keep the vertical lives Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because they grow the channel. They grow the subscription. It gets us out there. But Thursday, Friday, we're going to do a studio live where we can have more participation. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same back time, same back channel. Salute.